So today is part 2 on the Christopher Watts and his fan mail and the women who keep on writing him and sending him letters, pictures, and all kinds of items. So in this part, we're going to take a little bit more of a look on the type of items that he's been receiving. And for those out there that have been guessing along with me that some of these 100+ letters that he had received up until the last point were hate mail, actually, according to the prison guards who have been assigned to sort through the piles and piles of mail, Christopher Watts hasn't been contacted by Nicole. She has not written him. And he has received some hate mail, but a very minuscule amount of hate mail. Most of it has been fan mail and positive. He has received the following: letters, packages, photographs, gift cards to online methods where he can shop, cash, actual cash, in excess of over $1,400 in cash, complete credit card numbers and bank account numbers, and personal items such as lingerie. Yes. Now, in case you are one of the people out there who wants to contact Christopher Watts and become his pen pal, he cannot receive packages of anything at all from the outside. But people keep on sending them. I'm sorry. Letters, photos of you nude on the beach or semi-nude, or in your bikini, are not acceptable, either in the Dodge Correction Center where he is currently housed. So now let's look at the psychology behind it. According to Sheila Innsberg, who wrote the book Women Who Love Men Who Kill, went into a little bit in depth on in an interview recently about this. She's I will preface this. She is pitching her follow-up book to that, more on women who love men who kill. But she said that she's a clinical psychologist as well. But it's a way for women to flirt with danger without having a lot of risk. Often it's they have been physically, emotionally, or sexually abused, and they see the prison system as a way of protecting them physically from the actual person who could hurt them. It's also an adrenaline rush for a lot of them, and but the biggest reason why so many of these women are writing Christopher Watts is because of the current world that we live in. We have a celebrity-based worship culture where, even though he is a murderer, convicted of killing his wife, unborn son, and 2 daughters, and as horrific as that is, we as society worship people who are in a position, who are in front of the camera, in front of the media. And I've reached out to a couple of psychologists and asked them the same questions about my channel and these videos that I've been running on Christopher Watts. And he said that the one that I talked to mainly, he said that a lot of the people who are actually joining and becoming a fan of my page are most likely in the same boat. Even though you may not agree with what Christopher Watts is, you are somewhat in that same boat as these women, and that you are worshiping or idolizing a public figure like Christopher Watts. That's what he said. Now, I'm not going to agree with that. I think just because we're true crime buffs. Doesn't mean that we're going to idolize the next killer. Um, but he, and along with Sheila Innsburg, said that it's also a misogynistic tendencies and sadomasochistic fantasies that a lot of these women are playing out. So, in some of these letters that he has received, one lady wrote, I want to put a smile on your face. I told you I would love nothing more but to ultimately hold you and feel your breath upon my cheek. I would give anything, the lady wrote, I would love and would give anything to feel your arms around me. And then there are the second group of women, the ones who believe that the state and everyone out there is out to demonize this person and that Christopher Watts is innocent of all the charges. Yes, there is an entire subsection out there who believe that he's been framed. One lady wrote the following: I had two little girls of my own. My ex killed both of my little girls. I know that you've been framed. End quote. So, on top of not only all the fan mail that in packages and everything else, and all the attention that he's been getting there are quite a few Facebook groups that are closed groups that you can't find doing just the basic searches. We found a total of 30 different fan groups on Facebook alone, where people are, and from what I can see from the outside, I can't see who's in the group. I can only see the total number of people. But it's right around 1,400 people on Facebook are in those 30 some groups that are out there on Facebook. Um, Reddit. There's Reddit posts and sub posts on Christopher Watts and just him, not talking about other serial killers or mass killers. Twitter. The following Twitter hashtags are in the top percentile right now. Love him, hashtag Team Chris, and hashtag Free Chris. Amongst other serial killers and people who've killed their family members who are currently, received a lot of fan mail, who you may be surprised by. Jeffrey Dahmer. He didn't kill his family, but he ate all his victims, or he kept them to do sexual things with their bodies after he chopped them up and put them in barrels. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy had no less than 2,000 different requests from women to marry him while he was incarcerated. Charles Manson not only married a fan, but he had over 100 other women who wanted to marry him. And all three of those guys, Jeffrey, Ted, and Charles, their entire life from the day they were arrested until they died, all of them received thousands of letters a month from women on the outside. Even Charles Manson, years, we're talking 30 years past the point where, after he was arrested and went on trial, he still received thousands of letters. The Menendez brothers, who killed their parents and made up the story that they did it because they were seeking revenge because their father was sexually abusing them, even they still to this day receive countless amounts of mail and fans who have been supporting them from the outside since day one. Yes, well-known actors and actresses are still putting money on the Menendez brothers' books, their commissary, their accounts, so they can get whatever they want and never have to worry about anything in prison, not in jail. But it's the culture we live in, and it's we may not agree with it. We may think that it's sickening, but there are a part of culture out there. We have to understand that a lot of these women who are contacting and writing and sending money and sending gifts to Christopher Watts they're doing it because of other reasons, not just because they want to, like, hey, this would be cool if I write a letter to, this guy who annihilated his family. And it's going to keep on going on. It is it right? I don't know. I can't decide on that. I've tried quite a bit. I'm starting to, when I started researching this on December 15th of last year, and now I think today is the third, and I still am not come to a complete rationale behind it or understanding of it. So, but I know that these prisoners have legal rights, and under the Constitution, even though they are in prison for some horrendous crimes, they still have the right to human contact. We can't just lock them up and throw away the key, even though we may want to. We can't do that because it speaks greatly towards us as how we are as individuals on the outside who are free if we treat them any worse than a human being. So, you stay safe out there, America, and you stay safe out there, the rest of the world. Until next time.